Hi guys, as mentioned in a previous video, I've just bought a new book. Well, actually it's on my Kindle, and it's called The Ultimate Hang. Thanks to Jungle Crafty really, because he was the one that mentioned the book. And just as an aside, the Amazon Kindle I found is a complete boon. My only criticism is the way the illustrations are done. It would be nice to have colour illustrations, particularly for the wildflower and foraging type books that you can get on there. But that's an aside. It's a good little piece of kit, and I've got quite a few books on there covering most of the things that I'm interested in, from shamanism through to bushcraft and poetry, and some Icelandic sagas as well. Wow, that's hot. Freshly brewed mint tea. Right, and as I was saying, the ultimate hang. I'm going through my kit slowly so that I can trim it down and make it more ergonomic as regards to setup. Sometimes we over egg the pudding, particularly when it comes to camping. Armchair bushcrafters tend to do this a lot. They buy all the shiny kit, take it out with them, and they lose sight of the simplicity. And as regards that, I'm starting at my hammock. I've set it up today. It's rather nice. It needed an airing anyway, because I hadn't unpacked it since the last time I went out, and it's feeling good. I want to try and get my system really working well, so that all I've got to do is just have it sitting there ready for when I go out, because I have an awful habit of forgetting little things. You know, like I forgot a spoon the other week, which in the great scheme of things isn't that bad, but when you're trying to eat your dinner and you've got nothing to eat it with like these, it's a bit of a pain. And if it's soup or stew, it's even more difficult to eat it with these. Well, anyway, that's by the by. So I've set the hammock up. I'm going to go through it, through this particular hang, and mention some ideas of future adjustments that I'm going to do. Anyway guys, so anyway, that's it. The next scene will be going over the hammock itself. It's a DD travel hammock. It's got integrated mosquito netting, which is very good, and some other nice pieces. So as I say, next scene, and we'll be going over it. Right guys, there's the DD travel hammock, and it's already set up. I've got the stretcher bars along the top to keep the mosquito netting set up. I've got both sides of the mosquito netting undone, so I can get a bit of a draft. It needs an airing, and it makes it more comfortable for sitting on. Right, as we walk in, right, when you originally get it, you get it comes already taped up with this tape here. This has been cut off, as you can see, and I've made a tree hugger system. These are mountain climbing grade carabiners. Anything else will pop off. You need to use mountain grade carabiners if you're going to use this system. This is the snake skin for when it's packed away. Now if I come up here, I use this system of setting it up. It's called the tree hugger system, and I'm after getting some wider tape so that when it comes around the back of the tree it won't cut into the tree so much. But what I want to do is get away from having two lots of tape, because at the moment, you know, depending on the distance between the trees, I either use that or have to combine it with this one here. Again, it's designed so if it rains, the tarp will come to about here. So if it rains, the rain comes down to there and just drips off. Right, I've got two bungee cords either end. The hammock comes supplied with bungees, and I've looped the ends up, and I've got a small S carabiner which fits into there and it holds the netting up. Right, I come down, come across, this is the bug netting or the mosquito netting. Very good, very useful. In fact, even when there's not a lot of mosquitoes, it gives you a sort of a comfort sheltering. And here's the other end, the same setup. Right, spacer bars. These are made out of some holly, which I've when I first got it, I went out and found myself some couple of straight twigs. I've got some fiberglass poles indoors, which I'm may utilise because they got some ferrules in, so I can actually make them so they break down to half size and easier for packing away into the bag. Right, here, pocket. You've got 4 pockets, one either side, and the same up this end. You've got another pocket here, and there's a pocket on the other side. And the thing I like about this hammock is you've got a pocket to put your sleeping mat in. Now I want to change the way I sleep in. At the moment I use a sleeping bag, but I've seen some guys, particularly jungle crafters, use a quilt, a small quilt, and it's a sort of fleecy bottom sheet. I just want to see how that works, because what I want to do eventually is have the whole system set up and packed into one bag, which will be that bag there, or maybe a slightly larger dry bag, and I will have the tarp, the hammock and the quilt all together. I've got a space blanket in that pocket which tends to reflect the heat back, so I think just a sleeping mat will suffice rather than having an underquilt, because once you start talking of underquilts you're building up the bulk again. Well, my friends, that's a hammock. There's a snake skin that goes over the hammock when it's all packed down. Now inside, I'll just lift up the netting. You can see I have a small hang up line. Now I'll put my glasses case in there and other little bits to hang over the top, my torch. That way if I need anything in the night I just have to put my hands up and grab it. It's again, it's one of the useful things. And I'm thinking of packing up some 550 paracord or maybe even some climbing tape to go right across, so that I've got a small storage line across the top. Well, that's the hammock, my friends, and I'm going to build upon this video. So in subsequent videos I will be putting together the whole hammock sleeping and hammock camping system, and hopefully by the time I've done it all we'll have a complete camping outfit with a stove. Not necessarily the wood burning stove that I've started to use a lot, but something. Anyway guys, TTFN, and I'll catch you in the next video. So